Welcome everyone to the 2023 Jiks debate competition in English. So, as you all no doubt aware, we have two sets of debates going on. The first is grade 10, like you guys are. Second is grade 11. So the important thing for you guys is this set. Both grades face two different motions. Each team will debate once for the motion and again against the motion on the other debate. Now, a debate is different from a regular speech. A debate is all about attack and defense, whereas a speech, that's for delivering your idea. There's no feedback, there's no interaction, there's no consequences. Whereas in a debate, you will see the effects of a good speech against their opponents. So pay attention to, first, what they're saying and how they're saying it, and second, the effect it may have on the opposite team. Okay, so without further ado, because we're running out of time here, let's welcome the teams to the stage.
Come on, guys, you can do better than that. Give them a round of applause.
Team 4, if you are for the motion, you sit here. If you are against the motion, you sit there. Good luck and have fun.
All right, good afternoon, Jiks. Oh, you can do better than that. I said good afternoon, Jiks. Okay, for this round, I'm going to be your moderator. Okay, what that means is I'm just going to take you guys and the debaters through the process of what's going to happen. All right, good afternoon, debaters. Relax, breathe. Okay, you guys will see that there's a mic on each table. I suggest you give the mic now to the person doing your introduction. Okay, so how it's going to go through is that each team is going to have 60 to 90 seconds to give an introduction. Okay, we'll obviously start with team 4, the motion, and then team against will obviously go after. And then we will go on to the attack. Okay, so what that entails is that each team will first have 2 minutes to discuss with each other what their questions are going to be. And then we're going to have 4 minutes of what I like to call the Spitfire round, is where they get to attack and defend themselves within 4 minutes. That's the interesting part of the debate. And then each team will have, again, 60 to 90 seconds to give a closing. Do you understand, debaters? You understand? Right. Are we ready to begin, everybody? That doesn't sound enthusiastic. Right, so we're going to start with Team 4's introduction. Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, social networking is a rapidly proliferating form of media in modern society, revolutionizing the pathways of our communication and information sharing. However, concern exists about its impact on our society. Our team supports the stance that social networking has a detrimental effect with 3 key arguments. Firstly, social networking is a breeding ground for the spread of misinformation and fake news. Misleading headlines, fabricated stories, and manipulated images can go viral within moments, sowing confusion and discord in society. This affects public discourse and our ability to make informed decisions. Secondly, privacy. Social networking platforms collect vast amounts of personal data from data breaches that expose sensitive information to the profiling of users for targeting advertising. The erosion of privacy has raised concern about individual autonomy and the potential of surveillance. Also, it affects mental health and well-being. Excessive use can contribute to anxiety, depressions, loneliness, and disrupt sleep patterns, especially when individuals constantly compare their lives to others or face cyberbullying and negative comments. Thank you.
Okay. Team against, are you ready? We have our timing correct. Are you ready?
We firmly believe that social networking, when used responsibly and thoughtfully, is not inherently harmful, but rather offers numerous benefits to our modern society. Firstly, let us acknowledge the undeniable fact that social networking has transformed the way we communicate. It has connected us with people from all over the world, breaking down geographical barriers and fostering a sense of global community. Through platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we can connect with family, friends, and even strangers who share our interests. This connectivity has enriched our lives, enabling us to maintain relationships, both old and new, in ways that were previously unimaginable. Social networking has played a pivotal role in raising awareness and promoting social causes. Take the example of the Ice Bucket Challenge, which went viral on the social media and raised millions of dollars for ALS research or movements like Black Lives Matter and breast cancer awareness that has gained momentum through the power of social media. Social networking has been a catalyst for charitable giving and activism. Let's consider the educational benefits of social networking. Platforms like YouTube, Khan Academy, and Coursera have democratized education. Students can access a wealth of information, collaborate on projects, and engage in meaningful discussions with peers and experts from around the globe.
Thank you to both teams. Okay, just a reminder before you go into your 2 minutes of concurring with each other. In the 4 minutes when you ask questions, Team 4 will be asking questions first. Team against, you are allowed to answer the questions. After the 4 minutes are up, team against, you will have your chance to ask questions, and team 4, you will have a chance to answer. You can answer after each question. Do you guys understand? Okay, you now have 2 minutes to confer with each other before we start the question round. Your 2 minutes starts now. Okay, that is it. Your 2 minutes to confer is up. You now will each have 4 minutes to ask and answer questions. Team 4, you are allowed to ask questions. And Team B, you are allowed to answer each question. Okay? You can answer immediately after the question, right? So you can ask your question, and they can have some time to answer the question, okay? All right.
When they answer us, can we ask another question right after that? Another question after that? Yes. Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? And go.
First of all, could you provide concrete evidence that demonstrates a net positive impact of social networking on the overall mental health and well-being, considering the rising concerns about cyberbullying, online harassment, and the addictive nature of these platforms, especially among vulnerable populations like teenagers? Moreover, many social networking platforms are currently employing filtering bubbles in order to provide content with a high chance that the users might be interested in. However, many experts, such as Matthew Sinelli, are proposing concerns of echo chambers. Can you elucidate how this mechanism might contribute positively to the diversity of opinions and the formation of a more informed and balanced society?
So for the first question that you've asked, evidence from a national survey by the Pew Research Center shows that social media users are more likely to receive emotional support. Online communities, whether for mental health, parenting, or hobbies, provide a sense of belonging that can be crucial to individuals' well-being. And also a study by Babson Survey Group found that over 65% of college students use social media to collaborate on assignments, discuss coursework, and seek academic help. Platforms like YouTube have become hubs for educational content with millions of tutorials videos covering everything from mathematics to art history. And also you mentioned about the echo chamber, which is a situation in which a person or a group of people are exposed only to info, opinions, or ideas that reinforce their existing beliefs or perspective. Actually, echo chambers have like a lot of positive impacts, like rapid info sharing and also sense of validation and support and sense of belonging. Thank you.
You mentioned the research which said that social media can be helpful for your mental health. There is a research led by Primic in 2017, association between social media use and depression among US young adults. It investigated the relationship between social media use and the depression among young adults in United States. The results showed that as social media usage increased, depressive symptoms have appeared more frequently. Do you have any research that can defend? Then counter-argument to this research?
Actually, contrary to a belief that social networking isolates people, it often serves as a source of support and community. Online support groups and forums provide a lifeline for individuals struggling with mental health issues, chronic illness, and also other challenges. These platforms offer a sense of belonging and understanding that can be difficult to find in the physical world. So actually, online sites or communities help those isolated people to feel more belonged, and it can actually cure the depression by online therapists and others.
The first opinion you've gave us in the opening statement, you said that we can communicate with people all over the world, including the strangers that we have never met before. About that opinion, I think that it is dangerous to provide your personal information to someone who you have never met before. And even though you didn't intend to give personal information that might be dangerous, there are many things that can be inferred from fragmentary information. Do you think that it is really safe to provide information to the people that you don't know in our global society?
So actually, people doesn't actually have to learn about the privacy and stuff, because social networks actually provides them right away about two-factor logins or accept cookies or maybe backup phone number and emails. So social networking accelerates innovation and information sharing. So if I conclude what I'm saying, everyone in here doesn't really need to like find a way to find an information to
support her claim. Our point is that we do not. It's not a must to share our personal information if we're trying to connect with people around the world. Plus, social media platforms such as Instagram and Facebook, they respect our privacy. So I don't think that's really a problem that we should consider into.
You said that social media such as Facebook and Instagram respect your privacy. Well, what safeguards are in place actually to protect users' privacy on social networking sites? And how can you be sure that these platforms are not exploiting or mishandling users' personal data for their profit?
Is it okay if you repeat your question?
I'm sorry, that's your time. That is it for your round. Against, are you prepared with your questions? Okay, are you ready? You can begin.
Our question is, are there examples of political or social movements that were negatively affected by misinformation and polarization on social media, leading to real-world consequences like violence or political instability? Now, how do you respond to the argument that social networking platforms have allowed marginalized voices to be heard, empowering the unrepresented communities to advocate for their rights and causes?
So various social networking platforms have been used to spread misinformation during election and political events. This false claim about candidates and their policies or voting process have been disseminated, influencing public opinions and consequently their voting decisions.
Is there no answer for the second question that we've asked? Now, what alternative solutions do you propose for addressing the issues you've raised, such as mental health problems, such as depression and loneliness? Now, and do you have evidence to support their effectiveness?
Well, since all the questions you've gave us are asked under the assumption that social networking does not have a detrimental effect on society, I would like to refute this point. In 2018, the Cambridge Analytica scandal involving Facebook brought the issue of personal data breach to the front. Approximately 87 million Facebook users' data was collected without authorization and used for political targeting and election manipulation. And this event highlighted a massive breach of personal data security, raising concerns about individual privacy. And moreover, we talked about that research conducted by Primic in 2017 about the association between social media use and depression among US young adults previously. Thank you.
How would you address the potential economic impact of restrictions on social networking, including job loss in the tech industry and decreased opportunities for small businesses and content creators? Now, are you suggesting that we should completely eliminate social networking platforms, or do you believe there are ways to mitigate their negative effects while preserving their benefits?
You are suggesting that social networking can be a tool for many things such as technology and our communication, and that we cannot really eliminate every social media networking in our lives. It is sure true that social networking can be used responsibly as a tool, and that we cannot eliminate it in the whole lives of our own lives. But however,
And that is time. Thank you. Right, you both now each have 60 to 90 seconds to give your closing arguments. Please prepare your person to give your closing argument. We will start with team 4. Are you ready? And you can begin.
So as we have argued so far, the influence of social media in society is undeniable. Our team strongly asserts that this influence is dominantly detrimental, particularly concerning the issues of fake news, privacy invasion, and adverse effect on the mental health. In an era where information spreads rapidly through social media, the dissemination of unchecked information will become a phenomenon where it's uncontrollable. While social media companies have introduced policies to combat online harassment, these policies alone aren't sufficient. Users need education about online etiquette and responsible behavior. So considering challenges, it's clear that completely preventing online harassment on social media remains a complex and ongoing task, despite the company's effort. In conclusion, we agree that social media can help us in several ways, but it has many undoubtable problems, detrimentally affecting our society. Thank you.
Thank you. You can give a round of applause. Team against, are you ready? Are you ready? And you can begin.
In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, social networking, despite its challenges, is a remarkable tool that has the potential to bring out the best in humanity. It is essential to recognize the myriad of positive impact it has on our society. When used responsibly, social networking connects us, empowers us to effect change, enriches our education, and provides a sense of belonging. There are also economic benefits of social networking, which gives millions of people opportunities, offering flexible work. The key is to encourage responsible usage and educate individuals on how to navigate the digital landscape safely. While we must remain vigilant against its misuse and also work to mitigate its negative aspects, we should not lose sight of the countless ways in which it has enriched our lives and our society. Let us embrace the responsible use of social networking as a force for good, recognizing its capacity to unite, educate, and empower us all. Rather than condemning it as a detrimental, let us harness its potential to build a brighter and more kinetic future for our global community. Thank you for your attention, and let us move forward with a balanced perspective on the role of social networking in our society. Thank you.
Thank you to both teams. That concludes our first debate. I will now ask you guys to please swap over so that we can begin the second debate. Team 4, please go this side. Team against, please come this side. Okay, we're going to go straight into it. All right, Team 4, are you prepared with your introduction? All right, your 60 to 90 seconds starts now.
In an era where the digital landscape has become an integral part of our lives, it is imperative to protect the well-being of our youth and ensure they are equipped to navigate the vast and often treacherous online world. I firmly believe that age-restricting full internet access is not only necessary, but a responsible approach to safeguarding our future generations. Age restriction on internet access are not about limiting freedom or stifling curiosity. They are providing a safe and controlled environment for our youth to explore the digital world, just as we restrict children from watching certain movies or buying alcohol and cigarettes until they reach a certain age. Age-based restrictions on internet access are a reasonable extension of our duty to protect them. It also exposes our children to a myriad of risks, including cyberbullying, inappropriate contents, and online predators. It is our moral obligation to shield them from these dangers until they are mature enough to handle them responsibly. Young minds are still developing, and their ability to discern right from wrong, fact from fiction, and safe from unsafe is not fully matured. By implementing age restrictions, we provide an opportunity for children to gradually build digital literacy skills, critical thinking, and responsible online behavior under the guidance of parents and educators. Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you very much. Team against, please prepare. All right, your time starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, in modern society, the internet plays a crucial role in our lives. However, it's emphasized that the argument for imposing age restriction on internet access is not justified. While child safety online is crucial, we assert that internet age restrictions aren't the answer. Our team supports the stance that full internet access should not be age restricted, with 3 key arguments. Firstly, consider the aspect of freedom and the right to access information. The internet is a groundbreaking means of ensuring broad access to knowledge. Age restrictions may hinder this access, infringing upon an individual's right to explore and learn freely. Secondly, examine the educational value and progress aspect. The internet is rich in educational resources. Age restrictions can limit learners' access to these valuable tools, potentially hindering learning and knowledge expansion. Instead, we should encourage the responsible use of resources with appropriate guidance and education. Lastly, consider the perspective of privacy and personal responsibility. While privacy and safety are paramount in the online world, relying solely on age restrictions as a solution is challenging. A more effective
That is
approach.
your time.
Okay,
Please
thank
stop.
you.
Thank you. Right, you now each have 2 minutes to confirm before we start the question round. Your 2 minutes. And that is your time. Please, can the member for the 4 team please stand up? Right, and your 4 minutes begins now.
You've mentioned that child safety is crucial in the beginning of your speech. If age restriction is not the solution, what other ways can parents and teachers monitor, control, and ensure the safety of their children? To add on, if you're stating the importance of the minor's freedom, personal rights, and the perspective of privacy and personal responsibility over the rising concern of child safety on the internet, is that seriously taking children's safety into consideration? It just seems that you're simply focusing on the trees, not the forest.
So while it's true that children and teenagers may be vulnerable to these online threats, age restriction are not the fundamental solution. to guarantee their safety. Instead, comprehensive education is needed. By teaching young individuals about online risk, responsible behavior, and how to recognize and report treats, we can better prepare them to navigate the internet safely.
Are you suggesting that the responsibility for protecting children online should be solely rest with their parent and teachers? Can you provide data or research that demonstrates the positive impact on unrestricted internet access on children's development and education?
So age restriction cannot provide an initial filter to prevent young individuals from stumbling upon explicit or harmful content. However, education is equally crucial in helping children understand and avoid such content independently. It is not about how parents watch over the kids every single minute. It is about how children control their own media consumption habit unassisted. Age restriction may never be the fundamental solution, as it can suppress their independence and make them grow up like children their whole life, not knowing how to judge and deal with harmful media contents.
In the absence of age restriction, how can we effectively deter malicious actors who may seek to exploit children online, such as online predators and scammers? And what measures can we put into place to ensure that unrestricted access to the internet doesn't exacerbate issues like addiction to screens and technology among young children?
So children may lack the cognitive and emotional development needed to navigate the online world safely. However, this developmental readiness sure is a valid concern, but age restriction should be based on evidence of readiness rather than arbitrary age limit. Conducting assessment of cognitive and emotional maturity can be a more effective way to determine when a child is ready for unrestricted internet access.
Can you provide examples of situations where young children have demonstrated the same level of judgment and discernment as adults when encountering potentially harmful online material?
And that is your time. All right, against, are you ready with your questions? Your time starts now.
So considering the complexity of age restriction, implementation, and the dynamic nature of the internet, can you explain how we can establish a universally fair and effective system that accurately determines a person's digital maturity? And furthermore, how do we address the potential risk of such system inadvertently infringing on individual privacy and freedom of expression?
As we mentioned, age restrictions on internet access are not about limiting freedom or stifling curiosity. It's just that this assertion can be problematic in several ways. Firstly, the internet is an essential tool in modern society for media, information, education, and communication. Restricting all internet access by age could limit access to information and potentially harm educational opportunities for the people who are using internet.
So every child's development is unique, and imposing gradual restriction based solely on age overlooks the significant variation in maturity and digital literacy. Given the global nature of the internet, how would age restriction policies align with international standards? And how can we ensure that they don't lead to censoring or information isolation, which might be counterproductive in a connected world?
YouTube Kids is an online video platform designed for children, providing a safe and age-appropriate environment for kids and families to access content. It plays a crucial role in shaping digital media experiences for children, and collaboration between parents, educators, and the platform itself is essential in creating a safe and educational environment.
Could you provide a comprehensive plan for enforcing age restriction and decentralized platforms, peer-to-peer networks, and emerging technologies like the metaverse, where traditional regulatory approaches might face substantial change? And as we said before, how will this age restriction policies align with the international standards?
Parental control, that's our answer. Age restrictions can enable parents to better control and monitor their children's online activities, helping them make informed decisions about what content and services are appropriate for their children. According to Kaggle Research and Development, it stated that almost 74% of the parents used age restriction modes to keep control and monitor their children's online activities. Thank you.
Thank you, and that is time. You will now each deliver your conclusion or your closing argument. Team 4, are you prepared? Your 90 seconds starts now.
In conclusion, the internet has evolved into an incredible tool, but it also presents substantial risks and challenges, especially for our younger generations. There are activities that require a level of understanding and judgment that comes with time and experience. Implementing age restrictions on full internet access is not about censorship or limiting the potential of the internet. It is about ensuring our children's safety, nurturing responsible digital citizens, and fostering a more secure online environment. In the world where online interactions have become an integral part of our daily lives, it is crucial that we equip our younger generations with the skills, knowledge, and resilience to make informed choices in the digital realm. Age restrictions on internet access are a logical and necessary step in this direction. It's a step toward a future where our youth can harness the incredible power of the internet without falling victim to its pitfalls. I urge you to support this vital measure to protect our children and our digital society. Thank you.
Thank you. Against? Your 90 seconds starts now.
First of all, we'd like to thank all single judges, our opponents, and the audiences for engaging in our debate and paying attention to our arguments. We now want to wrap up all the points we've gone through previously. Regarding the topic of whether full internet access should be age-restricted or not, our team firmly stands for the latter. Due to our freedom and the right to access information, the internet's educational value, and personal responsibility. Instead of just restricting internet access solely based on one's age, we should help young people to independently identify harmful content by providing proper educations to them. I understand your concerns about the young kids' exposure to bad content and that children may lack the cognitive and emotional development needed to navigate the online world safely. But age restriction should be based on evidence of readiness rather than arbitrary age limits. Conducting assessments of cognitive and emotional maturity can be a more effective way to determine when a child is ready for unrestricted internet access rather than just age restricting. In modern society where the internet has become excessively popular, hiding and banning cannot be a fundamental solution. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, grade 10s. That concludes the end of your debate. You may now leave the stage, and we invite the grade 11s. I'd like to invite the grade 11 debaters to please come onto stage.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. We need to swap around with grade 11 now, so please, chop chop. Bye-bye.